An example of totalitarianism, politic ideas in Mein Kampf. The book we call Mein Kampf is divided in 2 volumes. The first part is an autobiography, and the second part is a melting pot, something between a politic program and philosophic essay. Mein Kampf, which is commonly translated by My Struggle, but I prefer my personal translation, My Duty, because it's an expression that means Hitler had a mission, and he thinks he had a mission, and it reminds the military duty, so Mein Kampf was written by Hitler himself. Hitler dictated it to Rudolf Hess, a Nazi who Hitler was in jail with after his failed putsch. Mein Kampf was written from 1923 to 1926. I bought personally these books in 2014. In France, the 2 volumes are gathered in one book, edited since 1934 by Nouvelle Edition Latine, without the consent of Hitler. Contrary to other states, Mein Kampf was never forbidden in France. We can explain this. According to the editors, every French people must know what is included in Mein Kampf, because Hitler shows his hate of France and his will of annihilate his neighbor by war. It is very important in 1934, because a lot of people think that the First World War was the last of the last. History shows it wasn't true. We will now study some of the great ideas included in this book, so we will study only the second volume. An autobiography does not have an interest here. Hitler thought that parliamentarism under the Republic of Weimar was not a good way to make policies. The problem were the elections. Politics just want to be elected and make programs that enjoy people, and when they were elected, they did not apply the program they were elected with. The only objective of people who win a representative charge is to earn a lot of money with it. The problematic of earning the daily bread is recurrent in Mein Kampf. According to Hitler, men are motivated in first way by the need of eating every day. It's a kind of survival instinct which rules the world as Hitler saw it. In Hitler's philosophy, humans are not all equal. There is not a unique human race, but a lot, and a hierarchy to rule contacts between a man from a race and a man from another race. At the top of the hierarchy is the Aryan race. It is people coming from the Germanic tribes of 2000 years ago. The race is determined by blood. For example, an Asiatic cannot become an Aryan, even if he learns his language, which is German, or his way of life, his culture. At the bottom of the hierarchy are black people, who are very badly called niggers. But we all know that Hitler hated Jews because he is responsible of their genocide during the Second World War, which is called Shoah. So where are they in the hierarchy? For Hitler, Jews, and we must make a difference between the two terms, a Jew with a letter G is someone practicing the Judaic religion. So Jews with a big G are not humans for Hitler. They are also responsible of most of the problems of society. According to Hitler, they only copy other human races, they don't create anything, and don't bring forward humanity. They are useless. Hitler thought that there were parasites who pollute human blood, especially Aryan blood. They want to dominate the world and organize a world conspiracy to control every state. Hitler believed in a conspiracy theory. To apply his survival theory, Aryans should dominate against the world, so they must conquer territories where there are inferior people, then get them away from there, and colonize the new territories to Germanize them. They mustn't reproduce with another race, to preserve the purity of blood. It's a condition to preserve the qualities accorded to the superior race. We can see there a justification to use strength. It's an expression politic. If he wanted to make this politic real, Hitler needed a good army. That's why he described an education system. According to Hitler, education shouldn't have the priority to learn knowledge. Primarily, the education system must educate children by sport and teach them to lose, how to be a leader, make front against adversity, and so. Education must teach them how to be a good soldier. It's a kind of augury, the education of young Spartans during antiquity. Secondly, education must be a process of propaganda. Children must become good soldiers, but also good Nazis. Hitler knew that Germany needed allies when the war was coming. But there is a big problem. A lot of states don't want Germany as an ally because the Germans are shown responsible of the First World War. So he tried to find states that could have an interest to make Germany great again. He thought Italy and United Kingdom could be some good allies. Italy because they don't have interest on the north of Europe, United Kingdom because he thought they would keep the balance of power in Europe, when France was very powerful. An alliance with France is impossible because of the quarrel on the frontier. It was also impossible that Russia become an ally of Germany because they were governed by communists. Hitler didn't agree with the colonial politic. He thought that Germany should conquer territories in Europe and become the first power of the continent before expanding on other continents. That meant to annihilate other powers in Europe. The war politic of Hitler was made against France and Russia. Russia because it's a great military power, but governed by communists and with a Slavish people, which is considered as an inferior race. And France mainly because of the historical antagonism between the two neighbors, then because he thought that France was polluted by black people blood. So here is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it and thank you for watching.